Thai as well.
Yeah.
ก็วันนี้ก็ถือว่าเป็นโอกาสที่ดีที่ได้หารือกันการประชุม sorry อันนี้ผมพูดภาษาอะไรกับพวกเราได้ดีที่สุด Anything? Would you allow me to speak Thai? Oh, I just start off with the Thai and then I follow it up with what. ก็มาเริ่มต้นด้วย JDS แล้วก็ JC นะครับโดยเฉพาะ JC เนี่ยไม่ได้พบกันมา7 ปีเพราะฉะนั้นก็เป็นโอกาสดีที่ได้มาหารือเรื่องของความร่วมมือความสัมพันธ์ระหว่างไทยและที่เกี่ยวกับภาพรวมทั้งหมดทางด้าน Joint Commission แล้วก็เรื่องของ Development Strategy ทางด้านของ Border Areas และใกล้ JDS ซึ่งขอบคุณเรื่องต่างมากนะที่จะพูดถึงขอบคุณเรื่องต่างมากก็คือมีทั้ง political security cooperation มีเรื่องของ economy มี trade investment tourism มีเรื่องของ energy มีเรื่องของ education ซึ่งอยู่ภายใต้ social and cultural cooperation นะมีเรื่องของ health มีเรื่องของ regional multilateral cooperation แล้วก็มี new areas of cooperation ซึ่งเป็นเรื่อง digital และ other things related to digital technology. So these are basically หัวข้อที่ได้หารือกันทั้งหมดที่ได้ใช้เวลา So it is a great pleasure for us, particularly the delegation of Thailand, to have the opportunity to discuss with our Malaysian friends all-inclusive issues of Thailand and Malaysia relations, with a focus on the border areas. We were able to come up with regular discussions on both meetings, and in the areas of the future, we put great emphasis on the work on roadmap, trying to realize every issue that we have covered with, of course, appropriate time frame as well. You may be surprised to find out that we also touch on so-called the very famous saying back in the 80s, turn the battlefield into the marketplace. This is very much relevant to the situation in the South. With our concerted efforts, we will be trying to achieve that goal with the creation of cross-border specialized commands. Put a lot of emphasis on the well-being of the people, on creating a greater and better livelihood for the people, and certainly in so doing, employment, securities of all types would prevail, meaning health security, energy security, everything, food in particular. So this certainly is the milestone in what we have, and both have agreed on establishing work group to look into the possibility of achieving this goal sooner than better. apart from this particular issue, then we discuss about the challenges that we are facing. The challenges, in the gap of 7 years, have seen many of those changes in forms and nature, many of which are threatening to the livelihood of our people. For example, the challenges in the form of politics or political security, economic security, public health security, energy security, technology security, all these things. We need to meet all these challenges in a way that we should be able to overcome them and drive over them and doing our best to make changes and adapt ourselves and turn them into opportunities. So those are basically, in a nutshell, what transpired at the moment. Should I pass it on to
Thank you, Don. We have had a very fruitful meetings this morning. As mentioned by Minister Don, we had the 5th meeting of the Malaysia-Thailand Committee on Joint Development Strategy for Border Areas, or the JDS, and the 14th Malaysia-Thailand Joint Commission for Bilateral Cooperation, JC. And this is really a huge meeting because not only because of the topics involved, but also it involved more than a dozen agencies from both sides. And we took stock of what we have had agreed upon and the progress of some of the projects since the last meeting in 2015. We are guided, among others, by the two Prime Ministers' agreement to a new bilateral trade target of USD 30 billion in 2025. This is to enhance our economic cooperation and to explore new areas of cooperation, among others, agriculture and digital economy. Specifically on the border areas, I think both sides agreed to accelerate the implementation of border infrastructure projects, namely the road alignment to connect ICQS Bukit Kayu Hitam with the new CIQ Sador, and the second Friendship Bridge, Rantau Panjang and Sungai Golok. We also discussed how the Kedah Harbour City and the Songkhla Rubber City could collaborate to benefit rubber smallholders in both sides by stabilizing the market price and benefiting the value of chain suppliers for both rubber-based industries. Yesterday I had a meeting with my counterpart Don, our bilateral meeting, and later on I had the honor to make a call on Prime Minister, and in both meetings, and especially the Prime Minister emphasized on the close and intertwined relations between both countries and how prosperity can be shared due to our border closeness as well as close people-to-people contact. We also emphasize on the need to expedite the projects that have been undertaken. We agree that immediately after this meeting, some officers will have to look at the timetable so that we have actual progress. I think we all say that by the time we meet again, we want to see actual projects on the ground. So we talk about the importance of having a greater sense of urgency. We also mentioned, though very briefly, that because the last meeting was held in 2015, there could be new areas that we need to bring to the table for the next meeting. For example, on cybersecurity, on education and training, including students exchange, and so on and so forth. So those are the highlights of the meeting, and we look forward to seeing more progress, actual progress on the ground. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, member of the press, you have 1,001 questions to ask, perhaps one, and 1,000 would be for future get together between us. Please. We'll be discussing it right after lunch. But certainly, we have mutual points to discuss, particularly on the repatriation of Rohingya, which is of concern to many countries. Well, let's leave this in our good hands. But again, you probably know that the main theme of our meeting here is fostering resilience in times of challenges, because at this point in time, we are facing numerous challenges which we have to overcome. And those international issues are also considered as challenges as well. But to shorten the whole concept, naturally we have to work on 3 P's. The first one is to promote the safety of the people, livelihood of people, and that is protection. And then comes the prosperity. We have to enrich their livelihood in many ways, mostly economically. There are a lot of economic activities which we together would try to undertake jointly. And in so doing, we need a very strong partnership between us. Not just between us, but certainly we work in partnership in all directions as well, just simply to help push forward efforts that we would combine to achieve our goals. So those are exactly the themes that we're working on during our meeting. Well, you have used up your question now.
Okay.
Leave back up 1,000 next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All